guys, it's Adria. So today we're gonna have a talk all about puberty, the magical time of puberty. So this is a highly requested video because I know a lot of my viewers fall under that age group right around where puberty starts to kick in. It happened for me at like 13, I want to say. I know I was already in middle school, and where I lived, middle school started in 7th grade. I was entering middle school not even like touching puberty at all. So that was weird for me, like to be around girls that already had boobs and already looked like women, and I'm just like stuck here like a child. But that's common, that's normal because everybody goes through it at a different time. And the good news about that is I'm probably gonna be the next Jennifer Aniston looking hella fly at 50 years old because my hormones didn't kick in until later in life. So I'm gonna be having estrogen flowing through me till I'm 50, girl. Hey. Puberty, all right? So I remember I first learned about puberty in 5th grade with the Just Around the Corner video. Yeah, that's actually what it was called. I don't know if they still do that, but I remember watching that video and just being psyched out, what's happening? What is going on? This isn't even life anymore. What? I'm gonna die. I thought my life was over. Like, I could see the light at the end of a tunnel. This is not even okay. This is like, what is this? No one had told me anything, and I was not prepared for the horror of the puberty video at all. Jesus, keep me close to the cross because I thought I was dying. The thing that psyched me out the most was periods, and I'm sure a lot of girls can relate to that, like periods being the most frightening thing ever. From that day on, I was just terrified that it was gonna happen any day. Like every time I went to the bathroom, I was just mortified. You know, it eventually started to, wear off, but like the first week after I saw that video, I was like, no, this is not fun. I worried way too much about periods, and anything I can advise to any girl that hasn't had her period yet is to just enjoy the time that you don't have it. Me being 21, I've had my period since I was 15, so roughly around 6-7 years. Just enjoy it while you don't have it, because once you do have it, you're not gonna not have it again until you're an old lady, and then you're gonna feel old, and then you're gonna have other problems. So just enjoy being a kid. Don't stress about it, because if there was anything I could tell little 5th grade Adria is just don't freak about it. Just don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just enjoy being young, because I would give anything to go back to those days, not having to worry about my period, not having to worry about if I had tampons or not having to worry about if I had a clean bra or not. And that brings me on to my next point, bras. I didn't start wearing a bra until I think 8th grade. That was when I got like my first training bra, and that was so awkward for me. I remember one day my grandmom just knocked on my bedroom door, and just hanging on the handle of my door were these like 2 training bras. They were just hanging there, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, I felt like so like betrayed. I'm like, no, Nana, I am a child. What are you doing to me? This is not okay. You know, a lot of people wonder when you should start wearing a training bra, if you're too young to start or whatnot. I think bear with me here, this might be a little weird, but once you start to feel your chest like protruding a little, and you feel uncomfortable in a shirt, you feel like everyone can see your business, so that's really when you should start. You know, if your chest is still flat, there is absolutely nothing there, there's nothing going on, you can really kind of tell when your boobs start developing. It kind of you just feel different, your chest feels different, so that's when I would advise to start wearing a training bra. Also, it was more comfortable for me to wear one than to not wear one. And I feel like that's how it is now. Like now, if I wear a t-shirt without a bra on, I feel like awkward and like I have to cover my chest. That's how you'll feel. You'll feel more secure wearing one than not wearing one. And then I think I started wearing like a normal bra in like 9th or 10th grade. I was gonna make a whole separate video about how to find the perfect bra, so we'll stay tuned for that one, because bras are a whole subcategory of their own. So we will just leave the bras alone, leave the boobs alone, girls. And alright, so now on to leg hair and such. My leg hair, like, it's just, I'm lucky because I'm naturally blonde that my leg hair wasn't really that noticeable, but I remember being in gym class in middle school and just like feeling like my legs were like so hairy, and I was not allowed to shave my legs until I think I was 14. I think like my 14th birthday, I was then allowed to shave my legs. And I'm glad for that. And girls, if your mom tells you you're not allowed to shave your legs until, oh, like you get to this grade or you're this old, or appreciate that, because once you start, you can't stop. So enjoy not having to shave your legs, because believe me, I would opt out of ever doing it ever again if that was a choice, but I feel like I would just turn into Bigfoot if I didn't. So enjoy not having to shave your legs, because it's not fun. I started out using the Veet non-blade hair removal thing because I was terrified of a razor with a blade, but now being older and realizing that stuff is expensive and really it damaged my skin, you really have to be careful with it because it can burn your skin, and I did get horrible burns on my skin to the point where my skin would bleed, so you really have to be careful with it. I recommend the razors that have like a bar of soap around the blades that makes shaving a lot easier, and pair that with some shaving cream and it's good. Shaving cream will not burn your skin, I guess, unless you leave it on for like way too long, but for the most part, shaving cream doesn't burn or anything. I've never had any burns or bleeding from shaving cream. I think I've only even cut my leg once, and it was really like around my ankle, and it was just like a month ago, I think. The only other place I've cut besides my ankle was on my pinky toe when I shaved my toe hair off, which also shaving your toe hair is kind of a waste of time. Don't shave your arms either, because I shaved mine like a week ago and now they feel all spiky, and whenever my arm brushes up against Brandon, he's like, ugh! So don't shave your arms either. That's, yeah. Then when I actually got my period in middle school, I think I was going into 9th grade. It was like the summer right before 9th grade. I was like 15, and that was weird. I have a whole story about that, but periods are really something to get used to, and that's really just the main thing. It's really just something you have to adjust to, and you know, women were designed to be able to handle that. You know, it's not some freak of nature, like, oh, this is, you know, it's not like your ear falling off where it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. This has never happened to anyone ever before. Someone called Vincent Van Gogh. No, like, periods are a part of life, and I feel like it was something so embarrassing that I couldn't share with anybody. I felt like ashamed. I felt like it wasn't okay. I feel like a part of me was just afraid to grow up, and I feel like that's a natural thing. Like, most girls at that age aren't secure enough, like, oh hey, I have my period, girl, you know. And if you do know someone like that, she's the freak, not you, because I didn't talk about my period at school with all the girlfriends and all that. Like, no, I did not do that, because that's intimidating. I was that girl that didn't tell anyone I had my period ever. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using tampons if you're young. You know, I would say just get comfortable with your period first. You know, your body is still changing and all that stuff, you know. And there's controversy with tampons, so maybe your parents wouldn't be okay with you using them. I don't know. But I wouldn't recommend using them till you're at least, I would say, like 16. I was always afraid to use it because I was like, I don't want to feel like I'm like touching myself, like that's like weird. I was like, well, would you like get aroused from putting in a tampon? But it's like, no, honey, it's like, no. And as far as body odor goes and like deodorant and stuff like that, start wearing deodorant before you realize that you have body odor, because I think that's what happens with a lot of prepubescent people, is that they wait for the BO to take over, and then they're like, oh, I should probably get some deodorant. It's like, yeah, you probably should. I started wearing deodorant in 6th grade. That was really like even before I went into puberty. I really just did that just because I've always just been sweaty. I've always just sweat very easily. I don't know why that is. I just don't know. I've always just been a sweaty person. I don't even have to work out very intensely. Like, I'm sweating as we're sitting here, girl. And if that is disgusting to you, honey, you don't have to sit here and smell it, all right? I'm the one that does, so you can sympathize with me, all right? But yeah, deodorant, I mean, I feel like there isn't an age perfect to start wearing. I feel like you can start wearing it at like 9 years old, and like that's fine. It's smells good, so who cares? Something that was helpful for me, because I was very shy, I didn't like talk to my mom, I didn't talk to my grandma, I didn't talk to anybody about puberty, periods, bras, boobs, boys, nothing. I was a closed book. I didn't want to hear it, like just don't talk to me about it. I will figure this out myself. I got a little puberty book, I think for like my birthday when I was like 12 or 13. I'm like, all right, this is weird. And it was like my aunt that gave it to me. I was like, oh yeah, you're cool, thanks. In the long run, that was a really good gift, and I would highly invest in one of those. You know, even just asking your mom to buy it for you. Like, I mean, I don't really feel like that's as embarrassing. I would have rather have asked my mom for a book than to tell me all about a vagina. And the book wasn't like scary. The book wasn't like, oh, you're gonna bleed and it's gonna hurt and it's gonna suck and you're gonna feel hormonal and crazy. No, like the book was very laid back, relaxed. It was like focused for girls like ages like 9 to 12 or something like that. So there wasn't any like graphic drawings in there or anything, and it really just explained everything you needed to know to start off with. So I would really recommend finding a book or something. You could probably find them on Amazon. You could probably find them, I know Target has them. I've seen them in Target. So yeah, that's like my advice if you're like afraid to talk about it. And another tip is to not be afraid to talk about it. I know that one day if I ever have kids, like I am gonna be like very like, this is how it's gonna go, alright? Step 1, you're gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, hey, I am not a kid anymore. I'm gonna make it very awkward. I'm gonna be that awkward parent that everybody has nightmares about. I'm gonna be so straightforward with them. Or I'll just play this video for my future children. Don't be afraid to talk to your parents about it. And you know, like they've been through it. And when I think about me now, if a young person came to me talking about it, I wouldn't really think anything of it, you know? I wouldn't think like, oh, they're a freak, oh, like, you know, they're gross. I would only want to help them. And that's all your parents want to do, is help you and make you comfortable and make you feel okay. If you are on the fence about talking to your parents, definitely talk to them, because stuff like that is important. It's important for your health, your mental health, the people around you's health, because they don't want to have to smell you, girl. Don't be afraid to talk to anybody about it. But whatever you do, don't Google stuff, because Google will terrify you. You will think you will have every disease, and it will also make you feel like your life is gonna end. And also try not to talk to people at school about it, maybe like your close friends, but not just random people, like, because people will psych you out, even your friends. I remember talking to like my one friend, and she had like her period when we were in like 5th grade and was like going on about it like on the phone with me once, and I'm just like it scared me. So try to just not talk to young people about it, you know? So if anyone out there, guy or girl, I can't really speak for guys, I've never experienced guy puberty, but any girls out there, if you still have any unanswered questions or if you need advice about anything related to puberty or anything like that, you can feel free to leave a comment and I will do my best to respond, because I know stuff like this is very important and you don't always have somebody in your life that you feel like you can go to. So if I could be that for someone out there, you know, I don't mind. I just want to help. I just want to make the world happy. So I hope I covered everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Maybe I can make more videos about puberty and that kind of thing. I don't know. If you guys are interested, let me know. I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys. Bye! Like my brown hair. I kind of love it, to be honest.